Hi guys, this is Taih. Welcome back to my channel. If you've not subscribed, please hit on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so when I post new videos you get to see. Alright, let's begin. So in my last tutorial we did the underbust tightening, which you can see already drafted here. If you've not seen it, I'm going to leave the link in the description box below so you can follow it up and learn how to tighten the underbust. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to do the overbust tightening. So the first thing we'll be doing is to divide our shoulder measurement by 2 like I just did. And I'll use my ruler to connect it to the bust line. Now before we do the tightening, you'd have to consider if you want your blouse to be an off-shoulder blouse, if you want it to have a yoke, and so on. So the next thing I like to do is to determine the kind of neckline that I would want my blouse to have, because it's on that neckline that the tightening is going to take place. So you determine if you want yours to be a sweetheart neckline, a straight, square, whatever the case may be, and so on. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to mark 3 inches from my bust point, as you've seen, or you could come down by 6 inches or 7 inches from your shoulder point. After I've marked that out, I'll go ahead to determine if I want the cleavage length to be too deep or not. For this, I don't want it too deep, so I'm going to be marking 6 inches from the neck depth point, just as you've seen, and I'll be connecting it with my curved ruler. So I'll be connecting the 6 inches point that I had marked to the 3 inches down to the armhole, just as you've seen me do here. So after I've marked that, it's time to move on to the tightening. The minimum for the overbust tightening is 0.5 inch and the maximum is 1 inch. So if you're working with a plus size person, it's advisable to use 1 inch on both sides. And if it's someone that isn't too busty, you can use 0.5 or 0.75 inch on both sides. So for this, I'm going to be using 0.75 inch on both sides. After marking it out, the next thing to do is to connect it to the bust point with my curve. When doing that, try not to make it too curvy or too straight. And once I'm done doing that, the next thing I like to do is to measure what I have on both lines, because just by looking at it, you tend to see that one part is longer than the other, and if we go ahead to cut it out like this, notice that there will be an excess. It's not going to meet. So what I'm going to do is measure what I have on both lines, and the one that is shorter, I tend to fill it up with what is left to meet up with the one that is longer. And if you notice here, the line on my side front is longer than that on my center front, just as you've seen. So I'm going to extend it and then use my curve to connect it back to the point I had marked as my cleavage point. So after that is done, so I'm just going to go ahead to close it up so you guys can see what we have here. I've done that now, and you can see now that they are both equal. You can also see the previous marked out line. You can see the excess that we would have had, that would have caused a lot of damage if we didn't extend it and then just went on to sew it that way on our fabric. Alright guys, that is all for the overbust tightening. I hope this was easy to understand, and if you have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the comment section like I always say. Thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Until next time, this is goodbye from me. Love you guys.